All right, we're back, ladies and gents. It's the TAPIN Football Podcast in association with Betfair Exchange this week. I'm your host, Stevie. Who we got to my right?
You got TAPIN Tobi here at your service. Locked and loaded, ready for this week's action.
Your service, what a weirdo.
Small soldiers here now, apparently. I don't know what's going on.
To my left.
You got Black Dan?
And further to my left.
Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho.
He's doing that to trigger me.
Jose Mourinho.
He's doing that to trigger me, I know.
These my love and laid back things, Stevie. To my left, to my right. Big J, Cheekysport in the building, man. You guys know what time it is already, man. Here to be the vibe and energy, especially for my brother. This is my guy. By the way, as much as me and him are going to argue in this podcast, just know this is my brother right here. I got TAPIN Tobi.
Come on. What can we expect from you today, Big J? Because we had Akeem on last week, and obviously seems like he's running scared this week. Where is he?
No, do you know what it is? No, hey, listen, Akeem, he's in Dubai.
Yeah, he's enjoying it.
He's in Dubai.
Right, you had to get that far away from us.
Don't let Akeem fool you, he be making it rain. He's over there enjoying some time with his missus and that. So yeah, man, big up Akeem. But obviously I'm going to fill in this week, go over some of the things you guys discussed for our Betfair Exchange integration, see how much you guys actually know about the game, especially... Obviously, I'm glad to have you boys on Cheekysport, especially because it gets a bit wild over on our show, so it's good to have some football in my top. Alright?
I'm not going to lie, I'm bare heart. I need to take my top off. It's actually wild.
So while he's taking his top off, let's cut to Cheekysport Akeem, who's going to explain a little bit more about the Betfair Exchange application.
There you go.
Cheekysport Akeem here, and I'm about to show you how simple Betfair Exchange is. It's very, very simple. It works in two different ways. One way in a betting form, just like every other bookmaker, which is super exciting. But the main thing is the lay bet, where you bet on something not to happen. Let me show you how this works. So really simple. So you're inside the Betfair Exchange app, hit football as you do, scroll to the next 7 days, because I'm going for after that Christmas turkey, and I'm scrolling to one of the big games of that match day, which is Liverpool versus Wolves. Now, firstly, I'm going to place a traditional bet, and I'm betting on Wolves to cause an upset against the Reds, which is just under 10-1. So I'm going to stick on that, and I'm going to put a stake of a couple of quid on that to happen. Wolves to cause an upset, I'm placing a bet. That's simple stuff to me. Now, this is what makes it exciting. You can slide across and go over to the red side, which is the lay bet side, which is, as I was mentioning, is what I think is not going to happen. So I'm betting on Liverpool to not win. So I'm clicking Liverpool to not win. And as you can see, stake, this is the area of what I want to win. So I want to win £10. So I'm clicking £10. I can see my liability, which is how much I need to have in my account in case I'm wrong, which I clearly have. And I am going to go for Liverpool to not win. So I'm going for Wolves to either win the game or for it to be a draw. I'm placing a bet on that. I'm going to win a tenner. Simple stuff. Happy days. And I am acting as the Betfair bookmaker for one day. Easy. Super easy, super quick, as you can see, and it only takes about 30 seconds to do. More importantly, it's actually quite fun to play. I can't lie. The boys and I are going to have a blast playing it. Let us know what you think. Drop us a comment across our socials and let us know what you think of the Betfair Exchange app. Now back to the show where we're talking more about football.
There you go.
All right, that's an awkward 5 seconds for those of you listening on the podcast. And an awkward 10 seconds if you just see me take my top off.
Yeah, I mean, Steve knew there was cameras on, so he decided to expose his upper body for the ladies, man.
And expose his terrible t-shirt.
Come on, this one's not even bad.
Did you dye this one yourself? That's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. You spent money on this.
You know I'm going out after, and this is what I'm revealing.
Bruv, you need to go home and
change.
change.
This is Steve's tribute to Adrian that we had 2 weeks ago.
Big J, is this a thumbs up for you?
I think you're looking fly, my brother.
Thank you, my guy.
It's terrible,
you man all got muscles in that. That's all you need.
All Jermaine wears is Stormzy merch, man. Heavy is the head. That's all he wears.
Let them know the cash is coming. We're at the High Frequency Studios today. Got to shout out my boy Edwin, who went to the Arsenal-Chelsea game, almost took his march. That would have been a sorry state of affairs. Black Dan, you're here. Obviously, your team lost again. What happened? What was happening?
Yeah, it's a tough one because I think overall the guys actually they played really well. I think the reasons why we lost the game today, I think, was game management and just squad quality from when you compare like the bench options that they had. You know, they brought on Jorginho, changed the game. Hudson-Odoi changed the game in their favour. You know, and we had sort of Nicolas Pepe not quite acclimatised himself to the Premier League.
Lightly, boy.
To the Premier League.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you just said they brought on Hudson-Odoi, he changed the game, but our £72 million winger
And let me finish
didn't make
though.
an impact.
Let me finish though. And then
I don't think Callum changed the game at all.
I don't as well.
Yeah,
I think it was a good sub from them. And then I think, if you look at the rest of our bench options, they're all sort of sub 20 years old. And Mustafi, so you could say that he changed the game, in Chelsea's favour as well. So, I think we played well. There were a lot of positives to take, but, at the end, it's positives aren't enough to get the 3 points.
Big J, what did you... No, you don't know much.
I'm looking. No, it's not even that. I was looking at you lot's bets. Listen, I actually did get to watch the game today.
All right.
Okay.
I actually thought, I'll be so real, I actually felt sorry for Arteta. or Tech Guardiola, as we like to call it.
Ridiculous.
That was hilarious.
No, because I feel like there was a lot more fight in Arsenal compared to how we've seen them play in recent weeks. We always know when it comes to Arsenal, it's always a defensive issue. I feel like that first half was all Arsenal. Arsenal like to believe they ran the whole first 60 minutes. I like to say the first half. I think the first half.
I even go first 20,
Yeah, no, first 20 you're taking a mick.
Well,
If you said first 35, I would allow you.
When Jorginho came on, that was it.
I think
That's
Jorginho was the one who made the real
Yeah,
difference. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of Arsenal fans out there who's going to be saying that Jorginho shouldn't have been on the pitch. But I actually feel like they were just let down by mistakes again. I think for the first time in a long time, we can actually allow the banter on Arsenal that they actually tried today on the pitch. They actually put in some effort.
Yeah, but I don't think that allows us to allow the banter because it was actually comical.
Yeah,
that first goal was a
comical.
joke. That was an absolute joke.
I think both goals,
both.
so preventable. Like you're looking at Leno, like he's basically saved us from pretty much relegation this season single-handedly with some of the saves that he's putting out, and then for him to then go and do that mistake is just it's a shame. Like I feel bad for like getting onto him because of how well he's played in other games. But that's a horrific mistake to make. To be honest, like you could hear him screaming "keeper" through the TV. That's how loud he screamed. And then he's come rushing out, and you're nowhere near the ball. And that's literally like schoolboy stuff to be seeing your experienced goalkeeper do that. It was a real shame.
Before you guys move on though, Black Dan, I wanted to ask about Willock. Like I feel like Willock has been a player that has been. I don't want to say overhyped, but there's a lot of promise in it.
Talking too much about this guy. Come on.
I'm in someone else's home, so I don't want to be disrespectful. I think he's a decent talent, but I do think we got to look at some of these Arsenal talents, and I feel like by Arsenal fans, they do get overhyped.
You know what? If we're talking Willock, can we chuck in
Reece
Guendouzi
Nelson
there? Can we chuck in Guendouzi?
I like Guendouzi, but we can chuck him in there. But we can't chuck him in there.
And if we do that, can we chuck in Reece Nelson as well?
He played
Oh my God! You know what, bruv? Reece Nelson is dead. How about that?
A man went straight into the bar of the
So
You heard it here first.
Let me be very, very clear. Reece Nelson is not it. I'm so sorry. Very poor decision making. I get he's direct, but bro, no. You see that guy?
But I think decision making can come later though. That's the thing.
Which is fair, but sometimes. Why? I just want to ask again, just in a follow-up question. Why doesn't Pepe start over Reece Nelson? That's all. That's it. And I'll stop talking.
And the thing is, I think in where Reece Nelson was good today is it showed you why Pepe doesn't start. Like Reece Nelson was giving Maitland-Niles quality protection on that right hand side, really, really intense press, being really good as a pressing trigger on that right side, etc. And I'm not sure Pepe's got the fitness levels to do that. So I had no qualms with Nelson starting today. Actually, like I've actually been the one on this podcast shouting Steve down, for Pepe needs to start. But I think in terms of what we got out of Nelson today, I think he showed why he was the name on the team sheet and not Pepe. So I think he played really well. But in terms of your Willock point though, I think we have to be honest as fans. Like I was saying in pre-season, Willock is ready to be a part of this first team, and I stand by that. But what you have to admit is when Ozil's coming off for Willock, the drop-off in quality is mad, especially given the way that Ozil was playing today. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
any danger
No,
Let's
we
talk
are
about
going to
Chelsea.
speak about
Yes.
Chelsea. Relax, man. It's been like 5 minutes.
So what? Do you guys want to talk?
It's been 7. It's almost 8 minutes on Arsenal.
Sorry.
What, are you counting?
Yes, I'm literally counting.
I wanted to mention, but so wait. Which one? And do you guys want to review the bets? Because I want to go over what man.
Nah, let's go. Let's review.
All
the
right,
bets.
let's.
All right, cool. Because Stevie, you said Chelsea win, so you did a lay bet on Arsenal.
No, I said Chelsea not to lose. Big man, don't come up on our show.
You said lay bet on Arsenal.
Yes, that means Arsenal are not going to win.
I went lay bet.
That means Arsenal going to win. So either draw or Chelsea
So
going
it
to win.
means a draw or Chelsea win.
Yeah, you mean that means draw or Chelsea are going to win?
Yeah, so
Yeah. You
right.
got it right.
Yeah.
right.
Come on, man.
Dan put
I
lay
got it
bet.
wrong. I got it wrong.
Yeah, you
I
did.
know
You put
I
a
did.
lay bet on Chelsea.
Let him say it then, because obviously you know when people get it wrong and they wanna get ahead of it. So I got it wrong, but yeah.
What are you talking about, Toby? Nah, I'm joking. You said that. You said lay bet on Arsenal.
What did Akeem do?
Akeem. Oh, I didn't write down Akeem. I think he was on the fence. He said, oh no, that's what he said. He goes, it's not going to be a draw. So he just put either side to win, basically, which is very Akeemish. Yeah.
Sitting on the fence. Defensive.
I just want to, before we get into Chelsea's performance, I just want to say quickly, what do you think about the fitness levels of Arsenal past about 60, 70 minutes? Because it looked like you guys were leggy.
Non-existent. They were dead on their feet. There were so many. You could count so many. Saka was going down with cramp. Nelson was blowing. Lacazette was blowing. There were so many of them. Guendouzi, I thought he had a terrible game today.
So
to
did
be honest.
I. I thought
he was awful. His decision making was bad.
Pants.
Like, just giving away the ball, silly areas. He looked like he was out on his feet as well. So the fitness. You're right. The fitness wasn't there at all today.
But I feel like that's what Arteta is going to bring. He's going to make sure these guys run for 90 minutes. He's going to want them to press so much. So
100%.
they're going to have to get used to it.
100%.
I think we got to remember as well. That's their second game in a matter of 48 hours.
That's true. Yeah.
48 exactly.
That's a fair point.
So 3 days. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So
All right, tapping Tobes. On to Chelsea.
Yeah. Chelsea were poor in the first half.
Yeah.
Couldn't lay a glove on Arsenal. Couldn't pass. Second half, Lampard, he sees that he needs to make a change. I think he even made a
He's
change
made
in the
it in
first
30
half.
minutes, yeah.
He made it in the first half, and instantly they regained a lot of control in the midfield. I thought this was probably the worst game I've seen from Kovacic this season. I thought he was not good today in terms of his protection of the ball, his dribbling with the ball as well. I thought for someone who offers technical security, he did not offer that today for me. So I thought Lampard was right to take him off the pitch. I thought Kante was average today. I don't think he was poor, but I don't think he was at his influential best. But I just thought the second half, it was all Chelsea. Like you saw, I think they had, second half, they had something like 10 attempts at goal, more possession. They were basically parked in Arsenal's half, and you could just see Arsenal were growing out of the game, Chelsea were growing into the game. I don't think Chelsea actually created any clear-cut chances, but I feel like their performance from open play, their general play, they got the reward.
Yeah. So how much credit does Lampsden deserve for making those substitutions decisively and early? Because he, aside from Jorginho to change the formation, he also brought on the young boy
Lamptey.
at right back.
Yeah.
Lamptey. And
Roddy
he was
Rich looking you.
effective.
I'm sorry.
And he also brought in Hudson-Odoi and took off Kovacic, which I thought was a brave move as well, because that could have lost them a lot of control in the midfield as well. So, I mean,
I think that was why I was critical of what you said earlier about it being the first 20 minutes. I do believe before he made those changes, he was watching the game and was very aware that he had got it wrong tactically and he needed to change the shape. And I feel like him actually... The funny thing is, the reason why I rate Lampard is I feel like he doesn't allow the media to control him and control the narrative on him, even when he's doing well. But at the same time, I do believe he is a good manager. I think he makes the right decisions, and I think today proved that. Like, when he made those changes earlier on, like, it showed... We all thought it were like, Arsenal are actually moving to Chelsea, and we're all a bit shocked that, Lampard had definitely got it wrong. But at the end of the day, we have to give him credit, because when you make the changes early... Bro, that's not easy to do. That's not easy on the players, and that's not even easy as a manager, because you got to admit you got it wrong. But to make it in, like, he actually did the thing. I do want to say though, again, in regards to Hudson-Odoi, we spoke a bit earlier. You feel like Hudson-Odoi changed the game. I don't know. Since he's come back from injury, I don't want to be too wild, but I don't think he's been as. I don't know. I don't feel like it's not the same. I don't know.
Penetrative, I think.
Yeah, but when I'm saying that, I don't think necessarily like, he was like amazing or anything like that. But I think he made us think a little bit more about what they were doing going forward. Because I think on that left side, I think our right side was having a field day. Really, like Maitland-Niles was just playing balls up the side. Nelson was getting in behind, and that was our outlet. And I think when he brought on Hudson-Odoi onto that side, it then means that Nelson's having to do a lot more tracking back, and he's getting tired. It's hard for him to get back up the pitch. So I think tactically it was the shift to their impetus on that left side more than necessarily Hudson-Odoi being like amazing or anything like that.
That was another point on Lampard as well, taking off Emerson early. He had a really bad game, and I think he's in a rough run of form. Every time I watch him play for Chelsea now,
he's struggling.
He's struggling.
And at the start of the season, like he was looking like
he was
looking like a quality player.
Yeah, so I think I'll back him to get back into decent form, but it's just again another indication of Lampard. Like you said, not letting the media dictate how he should manage his team. He saw his player was clearly struggling, switched the shape, took off the player who was struggling, and
I think despite just finally on Arsenal, just despite how well they played, like in the first half, the resiliency in the second half, at no point during that match did I ever think Arsenal are coming away with the 3 points.
Is it?
Yeah. I saw the tide turning from when Jorginho came on, and I just thought, I don't think this Arsenal defence have it in them to keep a clean sheet for the remaining.
You didn't feel like they were going to get a second though?
I didn't know if Chelsea were going to win, but I knew the pressure was going to crack.
I'm not going to lie. I didn't think Chelsea were going to win. I thought it would end a draw.
Same.
1-0, we were saying it in the chat. I was saying 1-0 is a precarious lead. Like Lampard's subs would change this game. I expected Chelsea to go on and get an equaliser because, especially with Mustafi coming on the pitch, but I didn't think Chelsea were going to win. And let's be real, as well as Chelsea played in the second half, they were fortunate to come away with 3 points.
Yeah, shout out Mustafi, boy. All right, on to Liverpool Wolves. Great game of football.
Snooze fest.
Liverpool obviously coming away with a win. That record at home continuing to extend the lead against Man City. No, it's a chasm, innit?
It is. It's not even.
It's actually ridiculous, and it's the halfway point as well.
What is it? Let me even check.
It's funny as well because City, who are currently sitting in fourth, we always say City.
It's mad.
We skip that second and third place. We just go straight to City and we go, boy.
Man City are currently 16 points.
That's a mad thing.
Behind Liverpool.
And don't get twisted, there's going to be some viewers, and there's going to be some viewers and listeners that are still going to say City can not win the league but close that gap, and they will. But 16 points is mad, bro. I don't care what anybody says.
And a game in hand as well.
Yeah, Liverpool have a game in hand.
I reckon, I'm going to go as far as to say I think that lead is going to remain double figures.
Oh no, I agree.
From the end of the season.
No, I agree. Whereas I'm telling you now, there's going to be a lot of viewers and listeners that are going to say that it's not.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, they believe in City that much.
I'll find it difficult to believe that City will drop less points than Liverpool.
Yeah, facts.
For the next 19 games, to be honest.
Facts.
Liverpool as well, they did something in their game today as well that I really liked. Like they wore their World Club cup crest.
Well, that's what you get it for, though.
No, but you don't.
That's what you get it for.
But you don't wear it in the league. They had to get special dispensation to wear it in the league, and I thought that was like really bossy from them, man. Like we're the world champions.
No, but won the league. Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. You have to flex a bit,
man.
You want to big them up anymore?
I am going to big them up because they're actually sick. They're an amazing side.
They battered your side in the Champions League final.
2-0 to battery.
That was actually childish.
Are you in the Champions League? Are you even in the Champions League?
I don't know why, but you need to look. We are hurting because our rivals, are
ridiculous.
I would say head and shoulders, but they're a whole person above right now, that sometimes it's so annoying to me that I enjoy watching Liverpool games.
Yeah, it's mad.
You are what kind of Man United fan?
Bro, that's what hurts.
I gotta be a realist.
Because sometimes you compare other games compared to like the speed of a Liverpool game. Even me, humble United fan, I have to be like, I might have to just watch this still, just to see them man do their thing. And there's bare brothers doing it as well. Makes it worse.
Give us our bets there, Jay.
Give us our bets. So for the Liverpool game. Akeem put alright, so you just put Liverpool to win. Toby you actually all put Liverpool to win.
Yeah. Never.
I think that was the only no-brainer.
Yeah. True.
In fact, no. We'll get onto my no-brainer at the weekend.
Should we discuss the VAR decision?
You're giggling like a little schoolgirl.
Should we get into the VAR in the game?
VAR, well, it's going crazy, man.
Yeah, it does. I don't know if it's like ruining the game right. I don't even know if it's going to be ruining the game or not, but it's a thing where when I look at VAR, it's the fact I know it's still going to be bad for another season.
until
till it's refined, because it's not that I don't know about you guys. I don't dislike VAR.
I don't as well.
It's the inconsistency of VAR is what makes it very annoying.
Yeah.
That's really it. And it's just funny because it's going to be like this for a while. So as much as I can understand Stevie before this show talking about whether we should even discuss it or not, I get you. Because sometimes you do feel like, is it even worth the conversation sometimes?
I mean,
tiring.
you look at the decisions this weekend. So you had the offside at Liverpool today with Wolves' goal that, in all honesty, should have stood. You had the Timo Pukki one yesterday in our game, which was absolutely laughable. Like he looked on side. Like,
don't forget, in the Liverpool game, we also had the good one for the Lallana.
no, we did.
Shoulder.
Yeah, so you got to mention it though.
No, of course, I like VAR, but I'm just saying that its implementation, it needs fine tuning, because like a lot of people are like, oh, we didn't get VAR for this. And I'm like, but wait a minute, what did you get VAR for? You got VAR to make the correct decision. And like you said, with that goal today for the Lallana one, it's making the correct decision. So in some cases, it's going to make the wrong decision. So it's all about fine tuning this product to actually make it
my
work.
thing is just like, obviously, it's like these marginal decisions, where it's like a centimetre and no one can really even see. And I don't even know what's going on behind the scenes that they're making these decisions. It just seems like on TV, like a ruler comes on the pitch.
The dodgiest ruler you've ever
Literally,
seen.
it's like 2 lines, like someone trying to do Pythagoras theorem on the pitch, and then
You think you're shot for that?
Pythagoras theorem.
Someone said a GCSE maths, man.
You see what I did there? You think you're shot for that?
That's a fantastic point. Fair play. But yeah, I think the trouble is though, if you don't make those decisions that close, it's like where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
Do you see my pun there?
I did.
You're forcing it.
This is ridiculous. This is actually ridiculous.
You're forcing it now.
But I think, you know, what with this, it's going to cause a refinement of the actual rules that we're seeing, because the whole reason that, you know, offside was brought in, it was actually to prevent goal hanging. It wasn't for, you know, these sort of like, oh, his toes offside, his left finger's offside. You know what I mean? So I think what we're going to see is that actually, because technology's been involved, everything's becoming tighter and tighter. People are actually just going to say, well, right, fine, what do we actually want this rule to represent?
Exactly.
And then we'll go from there. Because I think the way the rules are written, it was fine if it's just the linesman doing it, right? He's going to make the marginal call. But now if you are getting up these, you know, rulers and stuff like that on the computer, someone's playing with the mouse and stuff like that to decide where the line is, do you know what I mean? You're going to have to just change the rule to mean something, to make it actually applicable to the sport that you're trying to play.
But I don't think we're going to get them changes next season. I want to be clear. Next season is going to be another mess. I think the season after we'll get a little bit more refined, and that's where we'll kind of get
They'll need time.
a bit more consistency. Definitely.
Cool. On to Newcastle, who suffered 2 defeats in this sort of Christmas period. Everton's the most recent with Carlo Ancelotti. I know, Toby, you're chomping.
Don Carlo.
Stop it, man.
That's his name. Don Carlo.
I know you're chomping at the bit to talk because I know you got this result right, didn't you?
I knew they were going to win today. I mean, yesterday. Oh, sorry, not yesterday. This recent round of fixtures, I knew they were going to win, because Everton, the way they play, the injuries Newcastle have as well, I just expected. With the new manager bounce as well, they're going to come up. They're going to come away and they're actually going to nick a result. And lo and behold, they did it.
Dominic CalvertLewin, 2 goals for him. A striker we've panned on regular occasions.
Bro, that's five goals in these last 5 games. But the thing is, he's not a good striker.
So you're going to continue to pan
I am going to pan him, but he's doing well. But he's not a good striker. But the one thing I've always said about him is he's not a bad football player. Last season, when you lot played Everton at Goodison Park, what did I tell you?
He battered us.
This guy's gonna destroy you. And lo and behold, he destroyed you. Like his general play is good, and I feel like the goals that he's getting now is as a result of all the hard work he's putting in the other aspects of his game.
Okay, so I've got a question for you lot. Rank these 4 best to worst: Joe Linton, Andy Carroll, Almiron, and Dominic CalvertLewin.
Woof! Almiron's not
Joe
a striker,
Linton,
so he
Andy
can't be
Carroll.
What, in order?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I want to make sure we go over the names again. Sorry.
Joe Linton, Andy Carroll, Dominic CalvertLewin, and Almiron.
I'm putting Calvert-Lewin at the top of that list for me.
He's not better than Joe Linton.
In terms of what I've seen from them this season, I think Calvert-Lewin causes defenders a lot more problems than Joe Linton, personally. I think his hold-up's better. I think his general play is actually better.
He's not better than Joe Linton.
I know.
I'm going to tell you right now, Calvert-Lewin is not better than Joe Linton. I'm not having it. No chance.
Do you think he would have scored as many goals as Calvert-Lewin in that Everton side?
I mean, I think if he had the chances Calvert-Lewin had, he would have scored.
Let's throw in Shank Tossen for fun as well.
He's bottom of the pile.
He's bottom of the list.
All right, Big J, hit me off the top of your head.
I'm gonna say, I want to put Almiron at the bottom.
Almiron?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then maybe Carroll. I want to put Calvert-Lewin at the top and then put Jolie in the second.
How have you done that so confusingly?
I did 4-3.
4-3-1-2. Yeah. We know what school you went to.
Listen, that's how I do things here. You guys got the Pythagoras theorem jokes, and then you got the man over here who does things 3-4-1-2. That's how I'm doing it.
You've done that to confuse the viewers.
That's how it was in my head. That's actually exactly how I said it's how I saw it.
Right.
Because I was gonna say Calvert-Lewin, and I was like, no, Calvert-Lewin should be at the top.
All right, without confusing the viewers anymore, give us the bets as well. Who went for who?
All right, well, Akeem actually went for Everton win, as well as yourself.
Yep.
And Stevie and Dan actually went for a draw.
Yeah.
But I feel like draw is what everybody would have. I would have gone for a draw.
Yeah, it could have ended a draw, yeah, but they won. So.
So you say, so far you would have won some money, you know?
Yeah, man.
Because you haven't got none wrong.
I know I haven't got any wrong. It's getting on my nerves. Why didn't I slap you down?
Hey, listen, make sure you download the Betfair Exchange app, man. That's why you can be like Toby. Get yourself some
Don't
little
be like
money.
me, don't be like
No,
me.
what are you talking
You might
about?
have to get you your own tipsters.
You be watching enough games, mate. You gotta start getting the tips in.
All right, and the final game of the four that we predicted, Watford and Villa. No surprises who won there. Toby, I'm going to come straight back to you because you were pretty damning with how you thought that result was going to go. And surprise, surprise.
No brainer. It was an absolute banker. The banker of the weekend. Aston Villa, injuries piling up, wretched run of form. What is it now? Like 8 losses in their last 10 games or 9 in the last 11. There was no chance they were going to win at the rejuvenated Watford. No chance.
Yeah.
No chance. And I'm happy for Pearson. That's 2 consecutive home wins for Watford now. 2 consecutive home clean sheets as well. They're up and running.
My big disappointment of that game was is Tom Heaton their keeper.
Yeah.
It's him diving at that Troy Deeney penalty. Any penalty Troy Deeney takes,
Straight down the middle.
He sprints as hard as he can and just smashes it straight down the middle.
And you know what it even gets me after that? It's the celebration. He always does this like he's done a match. Like, bro, you have literally just toe punted it straight down.
But why were you so confident about Watford as well, though? I don't know what, because even when I was watching it, I was like, Watford are not, obviously, I understand like they're going through changes, but I was thinking, why?
So 3 reasons. 1, new manager bounce. 2, I rate Pearson. I think Pearson is a decent manager.
Yeah, shout out
And
Pearson.
3, they got their shooters back. They got Deeney back, Sars in the team now, Delafoe's back into the team now, and they're playing consistently as well. So I think they're going to actually build up a bit of a rhythm now. So that's, and plus Aston Villa, I don't rate them defensively at all.
The thing is, I would cuss Watford, but you know, it's a bit peak.
Yeah, I was coming. Go on. You think I was going to let you cuss him? Yeah.
We can't talk about that too much.
Villa in trouble though.
Villa in big trouble. I think they're going down personally.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Because who's their striker? What's the,
Wesley.
Wesley is so bad. He doesn't get them any goals.
He's trash.
You know what it is? For a big man, he has one of the worst elements to hold up in the Premier League. Like he can't. He's terrible at knockdowns. He's shocking at bringing other people into play, and he can't hit the target. Like it's just.
And I think Watford were down to 10 for most of this match as well.
Yeah.
Like, and Villa couldn't muster up any fight. So for me, that just shows that you're not cut.
All their goals as well, self-inflicted, like doing stupidness. Konza for the first goal, inexplicably giving away the ball like near his own area. Grealish losing the ball at the halfway line as well, and then the second one as well, giving away the penalty. Like they're all self-inflicted goals, and you just have to think to yourself like, How long are they going to persist with Dean Smith? Because we saw something similar with Jokanovic, swashbuckling football at Fulham, spent a lot of money, they got promoted. They chopped him. So
if I was the board, I'd cut him now. I'm not gonna lie. I can't see it turning around.
Yeah.
And I knew it was wrong to learn his name in the first place. Because he's either going back down to the Championship or he's gonna be at the job centre. So
I'm gonna say one thing. This is why we need these men on Cheeky Sport. Because if you think I'm gonna sit here and analyse Aston Villa, bro, you man are absolutely bluffing. I'm literally watching you guys talk about Aston Villa, a team that's definitely going back down to the Championship.
you know what it is with Big J?
Oh my word!
This is a man who has been fed with a golden spoon
his whole life.
his whole life. Like, he's used to creme de la creme Man United. You don't want to talk about Aston Villa.
What sweets, but mate.
Aston Villa are your age mates now. Like, they're your competition now, bro. They're your competition.
No, that's not true, bro. You see us now. Hey, Steve, you see us now. We're looking at top four again. We're looking at top four. Like, hey, what? You lot better be careful up there. We're coming.
Hey, don't worry, though. I think you lot are 3 points above Aston Villa, aren't you?
Yeah, I think we're looking over our shoulders, man. Villa, they are our competition for sure.
That's a mad thing. So from one crap team to another, Norwich against Tottenham.
Which one's the crap team? Spurs or Norwich?
Don't try it, man. This is what I don't like about, bruv. Don't, man. Don't.
What? We're actually crap.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
No, we got a talented
No, you're
team,
not.
but we're actually a crap unit. We are.
How?
Just for the viewers, who do you support, Toby?
I support Spurs. We're crap as a unit, man. We can't defend, and we always make these teams look better than they are.
And I told you at the start of the season, don't give this guy a new
How many
contract.
times do you want to say, I told you this, I told you that?
But now we're recording on a bigger platform, so, so you gotta get let him know. Yeah, gotta get my clout.
Ridiculous.
But Tongan, Alderweireld, they are so past their peak, man.
You want me to give you a 1 minute summary of this game?
No, but you're gonna give it to me anyway.
No,
so.
you're on the
No,
game,
I definitely want to hear it.
So, Norwich, good first half, dominated proceedings when we had Lo Celso, Ericsson, and Ndombele on the pitch. We had our ballers on the pitch, and we couldn't dominate the ball. We had 33 long balls in the first half. That shows you how bad we were. Inexplicable mistakes at the back. Like you said with Alderweireld and Vertonghen, these men are past their best. When Alderweireld got his new 3.5 year contract, what did I say to you?
Yeah.
I said it's bittersweet because I didn't want this guy to get a new deal. At the start of the season, maybe, but now the wear and tear is starting to show with these men, and you can only keep one. We have to sign a new centre back, but that's on the first half. Second half, much better. Only positives I can take away from that game is Harry Kane is still a clutch player. Ndombele is a talented midfielder. Build the midfield around him, and we are actually going to be sorted going forward. And the third bit of news: Aurier needs to be sold. Alderweireld or Jan Vertonghen, one of these two guys need to be moved on in the summer.
Question for you: who would you partner with Ndombele now?
It has to be. It's my answer has not changed. It has to be Moussa Sissoko. Until we sign a defensive midfielder, it has to be Moussa Sissoko.
I think Sissoko's a good player.
It has to be
I feel like I thought I heard you guys slewing him the last episode. I wasn't happy about that at all, bro.
Is that why you came on?
Yeah, bro. Because you know what it is? See, sometimes with Toby especially, yeah, I feel like sometimes he makes it feel like it's worse than it actually is. We knew, bro. You know, you guys.
I like Sissoko though.
No, I know that. Alright, that's cool. Because if he was about to get to Sissoko, I was gonna say, brother, you're moving mad. Sissoko's a good player, but I was gonna say even the defense. I get it. Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna get into Jose thing. Obviously, me and Toby
Don't even get me started.
But I think even the defense, that defense will get better. And I say that because I'm telling you now. I'm not saying that in terms of Vertonghen. I do believe that they're past their peak, but I think Tottenham are going to make the relevant changes. That's actually gonna change things.
It's a good.
That's all I'm trying to say. Like
I agree.
You guys are definitely going to make the relevant changes. So it's not nothing it's not like a dire situation.
No, it is. No, it is a dire situation because these guys are not what they were, and I feel like it doesn't help that the positions around them aren't good either. If we sort out our defensive midfielder, and we sort out our fullbacks, then you get better protection around these two centre backs.
And that's why I don't know if Sissoko's the best person to partner Ndombele.
He is for now. Until we get
defensively, both of them, they're not as astute as
Nah, I'm
Dyer.
not hearing that.
And positionally,
What are you talking about?
It's
Don't
true,
say
though.
Dyer, bro.
Dyer's not
Sissoko,
the
don't say Dyer, bro.
Listen.
Aaron Dyer defensively. 1,000,000%.
Listen, I'm not saying.
I'm not gonna. No. You listen. You don't watch us play. I watch. No.
It's
You
an election debate.
No, you listen. I watch this team play.
David Lammy's on the loose, man.
You can't say that about Dyer, Steve.
I watch this team play every week. I kid you not, I would rather play Harry Winks defensive midfielder than play Eric Dyer.
No, even I'm hearing that.
Listen.
And I don't even like agreeing with this guy.
Dyer. I'm just saying, I think Dyer's more defensively astute than both of them.
No, he's
I think
not.
they're gonna-
He's rubbish,
I think they're
though.
gonna go missing.
He just has the positional sense. That's it. And even then,
I think-
even if he's in the right position, he doesn't help us out.
Exactly.
He's offering
Basically,
no
what I'm saying
protection.
is, I think you lot need to address that midfield because I don't think Ndombele and Sissoko as a pairing for the entire Premier League season is going to work.
It's gonna
Yeah,
have to
'cause-
for now until we sign.
It's gonna have to for now. Yeah.
It's gonna
The
have to.
thing is, in saying that about whether or not you're going to get the right additions in, because I think Jose was saying that you're not looking to make any big spending in January though. So what are you going to do?
We're gonna have to persevere with that until we make signings in the summer.
But you need a right back, you need a centre back.
We know.
And you probably need another centre back. And
Need a
a
left
left
back.
back as well. You need an entire
we need we need one right back, one centre back, maybe a left back, and 1,000% a defensive midfielder. That's what we need.
That's like 5.
Norwich as well. Credit to them, played well in the first half, but they're a sinking ship. We know they're going down, and I don't really have anything more to say on them.
Yeah, shout out Spurs though. Bringing us back into the picture.
But Tommy, I do stand by that. Spurs are still going to be a force. They're way more of a force than you think. Yeah, I'm telling you, because I honestly, I know you're going to get onto us, but me and Akeem both share the same sentiment in regards to Jose Mourinho. We still believe he's a top manager. I still believe he can turn things around. I actually do.
Listen. Mourinho is probably going to get top 4 by virtue of how poor the rest of the sides are.
Yeah.
I think our
That's
squad,
not his fault, but
I
he'll
think
do
our
it.
squad is most. I think our squad is most equipped to get top 4, and we should be in a top 4 spot. So for me, I'm not going to give him. I'm not going to.
You know it is as well, especially you. You always mention clutch. Whenever we're talking about football, I never hear that in regards to basketball.
Yeah.
But he always mentions clutch. You trying to tell me Jose isn't a clutch manager?
No.
Mourinho.
Not anymore.
Oh my word.
We don't have to debate this. Let's move on to Man United because I could be here all day.
Okay, let's move to Man United.
all day.
You can't be clutch and get sacked like twice.
He wanted to leave, bro. Off camera, I'll tell you the real stuff.
Okay.
You see, sometimes, yeah.
Oh yeah, so you got inside sources, yeah.
Bro, this is what I'm trying to tell you about
inside sources. Like,
let me tell you something. This is what I'm trying to say.
My club whispers are telling me that. Oh yeah, we're gonna get this.
This is what I'm trying to tell you about these football shows. We sit here as the spectators. We think we know everything. You think that we're in? You think this is Ed Woodward sitting right here having the meetings, bro?
You know what I know?
We don't know.
You know what I know? Jose Mourinho is finished.
He's finished. Let's go to that. I can't wait. I can't wait till he proves you wrong. Because he's gonna be. It's gonna be bittersweet.
I want him to prove me wrong because it means that we're gonna be Friday.
He will. Don't worry. He will. Sorry, carry on.
Alright, shout out Man United. 2 out of 2, innit? This Christmas period.
But don't even say it like that because that's always embarrassing. You're embarrassing us, dudes.
We were this close to be 1 point behind the top 4, you know.
Bro,
so mad. But
bottom of the
Arsenal couldn't
table
do the
side,
job.
we lost 2, and that was the only reason why we're not in there squeezing on the top 4 right
Man.
now. But it's fine though. We move. Obviously, that Burnley game, I'm very happy about it. You know what I mean? Obviously, it always gets a bit squeaky bum time towards the end of the game, as United do. But Rashford was able to grab one. But at the end of the day, very happy. Very happy with Williams as well.
Yeah.
I think he actually played very, very well.
Fred, I'm hearing that he's your player.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
I'm hearing he's your player of the month.
I actually normally get onto Fred, yeah.
So do
He's
I.
been so consistent. This, like you're saying, these last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
No.
Let me guess. I said it.
I told you. You can't guess that because normally on my show I call Fred the Wasp. I just said that the Wasp who just sometimes just buzzes around the pitch. He's not really doing anything. He's been way more solid this season. Like these last couple of games. I don't know what it is.
So what were you saying? Are we gonna give him some of his Brazilian points back?
Not yet. Just wait.
So what is he now? Is he still like?
We say
where's he from instead? Costa Rican. Let's give him Costa Rica for now.
Yeah, he's moving back to Brazil soon.
Fernandinho's Brazilian. He's got flair.
Are you crazy?
No, it's not about flair though. Fernandinho's a top
is
baller.
way better than.
Wait. No.
Fernandinho's got mad technique.
You don't need to slow down before the people go crazy.
For starters, Fernandinho can actually shoot a football.
I did
without blazing it.
Fernandinho's got hangers on him.
Why did you say Fernandinho?
I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying they're in the same mold.
No. You know whose mold he's in. Paulinho at Spurs.
You really enjoyed
Paulinho at Spurs. That's his mold.
That's the
boy.
perfect. That's the
Shout out my
perfect.
guy Fred.
He was bad in at Barca.
Yeah, but that was later though. That was later. That was
man. Come
after.
on, man. I'm talking Tottenham Paulinho. And he scored more goals
Shout
than
out my
Fred.
guy Fred. I backed him from the start.
No, you didn't. You liar, man.
what?
You've only backed him in recent weeks.
No, in recent weeks he's been on good. He's been good recent weeks.
I backed him the whole of last season.
Okay,
Dan,
so-
please.
Don't let him get away
Dan,
with this.
please,
Dan.
don't do this.
Don't let him get away with
Don't
this.
do this.
I think
Don't let him
I'm
get
actually having to rack my brain. So I think Steve sat on the fence, to be honest.
Of course
about
he did.
Fred.
He saw
I
us
think he sat on
butcher
the
Fred,
fence.
and this guy did not stand up.
You
Only
didn't
until this season.
come to his defence last season.
Yeah, but I didn't Judas him either.
No, he is proving me wrong though. I actually do feel like it's coming together.
Yeah.
I don't want us to kind of criticise Jesse Lingard too much. Yeah, I know he's
Why not? He's had no goals and assists.
No goals, no assists this year.
No, stop this,
In the league.
man.
In the league.
In the league.
Okay, yeah.
In the
Okay,
league.
so
In the
say
league.
that
Yeah,
then.
they said. Sorry.
He's had no goals.
Sorry.
and
Yeah, but
assists
I'm just
apart
saying.
from Astana.
He's
Yeah, but
gone,
I just-
he's gone against Astana.
Like,
right?
yeah, no, but I feel like it's going to be too easy to get onto a player like him, especially after he came on. I'm just saying, like, at the moment, I, as a United fan, I'm very happy with not very happy, but I'm cool right now. I was telling Toby as I came in, we're going under the radar. I still feel like we still need to build a certain level of consistency because after we had beaten City and Spurs, we can always drop the points. And that's the thing about Man United. We can win a couple games. That's why you can say 2 on the bounce and it becomes a joke. And then we can literally slip up at any moment. So at the moment, I'm very cool with the way we're playing. I'm very cool with the end of the year, and I'm very cool with our front three as well.
Yeah, I've got a question though. So obviously Haaland is signed for Dortmund now, right? So that was going to be one of your sort of attacking options that you're going to look to replace Sanchez, Lukaku that left in summer. So where do you guys go now that he's gone Dortmund?
We've got Robin van Greenwood. Come on, shout out my boy. He's got.
He ain't got the physicality yet.
Oh, it comes. That's what we used to say.
No,
about
he's got the,
Rashford.
no, he's got the talent, but
What, you
I
putting
feel
your
like
stocks in Greenwood now?
Yeah, I feel like
I think it's very clear we are. I think it's very clear that everything Solskjaer's doing is going to be about the youth,
exactly.
bringing players forward. If we're not putting our stocks in Greenwood, we've known that's going to happen since the
No,
beginning.
but
And one thing,
but you don't. But my thing is, you can put your stocks in Greenwood, but you also have to safeguard your squad because you have Europa League in the second half of the season. You have Premier League games as well. And Martial, he's banging in the goals now, but Martial is injury prone,
True.
and injury is around the corner. It's very sensible to go out in the market and buy a forward
striker.
that can tide you over. Because Mason Greenwood, I promise you now, there will be games where he's going to struggle.
I didn't want Haaland. I'm being so real.
I did want Haaland because I thought he would have given us a different
I
dimension.
still don't know what he's fully about. Haaland, like I've seen him in Champions League, but I want to see him properly.
He's a bit like a Dzeko with pace, I would say.
He's got pace,
Good finisher, gets himself about, typical kind of number 9. He's got much more presence than any of the forwards we have right now. We need a different option.
But I feel we've got a project going right now.
Yeah, but you talk about that, but I think you need a squad though. Do you know what I mean?
we do,
Like
100.
if you're going to be competing for Europa, competing for top 4, you've seen what happened to all the clubs that were in Europe last season with that were struggling with their squads. Chelsea, Spurs, Arsenal, United. They couldn't pick up a win in the league because they were all in Europe. Do you know what I mean? So
it's an
I think
exertion,
it'll be too naive with a smaller squad than you have this year to not go out and improve that attacking lineup.
I think it'd be wrong of us in January not to try and strengthen the squad because now we genuinely have a realistic chance of finishing in the top 4 with Pogba back.
I still don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, me neither. I'll be honest with you. When the
still don't
season
think
started, I said
it's
that United weren't even going to finish in the top 6. That was my honest, and that was just my honest opinion because I believe right now, I hate to say it, we're going through a quote unquote transition period, yeah? And at the end of the day,
the past 7 years.
Yeah, no. I actually feel like before we were throwing money at the problem, and even when it came to this summer window when we weren't bringing any players, I was telling man, listen, at the end of the day, we've thrown money at the problem before, and it hasn't made a difference. So if Solskjaer wants to do it this way with Greenwood and bringing in Daniel James, come on, bro. You think I wanted Daniel James? But look at him now.
Well, it's not about not backing these players.
He's not scored, but he's still very dynamic.
Replenishing your squad.
But then at the same time, I think what Big J is saying is if you're going to go into a window and you're going to buy players, they have to be players that fit the mold. Typically, January as well. You can't typically acquire those players that you
Those
want.
big
because
players.
it's
I don't
normally-
think exactly. I don't want to feel like there's an urgency.
I think you just need bodies. Though.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, I agree with
bodies.
that, which we will get. Like you said, we've got to replenish the squad. I'm just saying, I don't want to feel like there's an urgency to do it.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
fair
who would,
enough.
if we can't get Haaland, who would you get for United as a striker?
I don't know. Moussa Dembele, I saw him. He's a decent striker. I saw you were linked with Ben Yedder probably last summer. I think that would have been. No,
honest,
you're shaking your head. I think that would have been a good signing for you lot. He's someone who's not going to moan at being rotated in and out of the squad, and he can fill in.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think United should be looking at players like Grealish as well. You know, versatile, can play
Yeah.
multiple positions, can play on the
yeah,
left,
yeah.
play on the left wing, playing attacking mid as well, centre mid.
I think that's more of a problem area for us. Like that sort of 10 where Pereira is attempting to play.
He's trash, but
That's a story for another day. I think that's more of a problem for us because in the games where we've created some chances, you can see that our strikers can actually score goals, and we've got enough pace to cause team problems. It's just unlocking and creating those chances.
100% agree.
what a surprise. We spent the best part of probably 15 minutes talking about Man United. You'd think Man United were playing themselves.
Sorry.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
well, we dispatched of the opponent and they were pathetic.
Yeah,
but
Burnley
we need
were
to highlight
terrible.
the opponent, and their decline in December.
Okay.
That's 4 losses in 6, 1 goal in December for Chris Wood and Ashley Barnes
Ashley
combined.
Barnes, yeah.
You don't think that's worth talking about?
He's gone off the boil. Ashley Barnes rather. Yeah.
Their squad, their team have gone off the boil.
Terrible.
They have. And I thought they were very abject against us. They didn't look to cause us many problems, particularly aerially, where I thought Lindelof and Maguire were dominant. Obviously, they expect that from Maguire, but Lindelof not so much. And I think we won as many aerial balls as they did in an entire match. I think it was like 21, which you'd expect Burnley to have sort of toppled us in that area.
Yeah, it's weird. They normally take the game to the opposition.
I don't think we've had a clean sheet in like
Since September.
Since September.
It's your third clean sheet.
Yeah, so
the
they should
season.
have really kind of they could have.
Yeah.
could have done more.
Not good for Burnley, but
Yeah, exactly. All right, on to West Ham, who have dispatched of Pellegrini, and it looks
Finally.
like Moyes is in there.
Dead.
Views on what happened? Like, where does the blame lie? Big J's like, can we move on from this game?
I'm a big Moyes fan. Big up Moyes.
when a manager gets sacked, they always want to point out that it's the manager's fault. It's the manager and the players. We said this, even as much as I hated Mourinho, we said this with Mourinho and Man United. The players have to take some accountability. Some of those players haven't scored in like 6-7 months.
Hello?
Some of those players were bought for 40. No, I'm talking about Antonio.
I know.
Some of those players were bought for 40-something million and haven't even scored 6 or 7 goals in the league this year. Some of those players were bought for 22 million and are defending like Sunday league defenders.
But then,
like,
does that not beg the question, is it not the board in itself? Because it seems to me like their strategy of signing players is so scattergun. It's kind of reminiscent to me of like Man United.
But the profile players aren't bad though.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
a better manager. I think a better performing manager will come and will get something out of these players.
I don't know.
I
I think
think
I think the makeup of that squad is so wrong, and they've got a lot of flair players and players who are fancy. I don't think they've got a lot of players who really have like sort of heart, drive, desire.
I didn't
passion for the
realise
club.
we got Alan Shearer on
No, but it's true though.
Nah, I do think it was their squad isn't balanced. I think they need another couple of centre mids to play in there. That was a major problem for them. But I think as well their managerial appointments over the past few seasons, like other than Slaven Bilic, it's been
dinosaurs.
Sam Allardyce, David Moyes, Pellegrini. Like they're all sort of like your 50 plus, 50, 60 plus.
Now it's going to be Moyes.
And then they're trying to get Moyes back in as well.
Need a
So I
modern
think,
thinker, man.
yeah, and I think
need a
they need to
modern
they need to go the other way. You know, sort of get someone young, up and coming with good ideas. Like, and I think there's an opportunity here to get someone like someone like Chris Wilder away from Sheffield United,
Or get someone
You've
like Eddie
You
Howe.
Eddie
love
Howe.
Chris Wilder.
In all seriousness, Eddie Howe's another one. Like, do you know what I mean? You can maybe even sort of chat up Graham Potter if you like him that much, pull him away potentially at the end of the season, because you have money to spend. You've got a big stadium. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can attract big players. You've got like quality players in your squad. It's an attractive job. You're in London as well. All this, and I think to then go and be getting your dinosaurs or like Pulis and Moyes are the favourites for the job. Like, that's a joke.
I think the problem in what you're saying though is like you're trying to prize away like some real supposedly good British talent
they've got
in
cash.
the middle of the season.
But they
Right
got-
in the middle, and they're in the middle of what they're doing.
But they got the cash and they got ambition. So the same ambition that you showed by spending close to 50 million on a striker, close to 45 million on an attacking midfielder, show that ambition in your managerial appointment. Now more than ever, they're a side that they look at Leicester and they wanna be where Leicester are.
They should be.
And if I'm West Ham, I'm thinking, oh crap, look at what Leicester are doing. Oh crap. Everton have just hired Ancelotti. Everton are just gonna back this guy in the window. These teams are meant to be on our level, and they're gonna be ahead of us if we're not careful. So now more than ever, they need to roll their sleeves up and get a proper appointment that's there for the long haul, that can actually put together a proper project for them.
I think when it comes to West Ham, I feel like, you know, we've seen all the madness that's happened with fans, and they've even tried to attack the board on the pitch. And I talked to a lot of West Ham fans, and they said that there was a lot of false promises. They sold some of their best players. They moved stadium. They've been through a lot. So sometimes when I look at West Ham, I'll be honest with you, I just see a big cloud of uncertainty. Yeah. I know you say they're a bit ambitious, and you feel like something's going to happen. Don't mean to sit on the fence here, but I just don't know with them. And when they make decisions like bringing in David Moyes, it just further proves that. That is not going to make any West Ham fan happy, despite spending all that money.
Of course.
So whenever I look at West Ham as a football club, that direction for many years now has been silly. So when we're trying to say, you know, we're comparing them to like a Leicester, like you said, Stevie, they should be up there, but we know why they're not, because at the moment the direction of that club is awful. They have no idea what they're doing.
Would you bring in Scott Parker?
No.
Nah, I won't bring
He's
in
done an
Scott
all right
Parker.
job at Fulham,
a
though.
decent job
He
at
is,
Fulham.
but I feel like you need someone who's been there and done it, so to speak, in top league.
Then you might as well bring in Moyes then.
Why would you bring in Moyes?
I literally said been there, done it.
Yeah, a young manager who's actually been there and done it. I spoke to some West Ham fans who actually said that they want Robert Kovac, who just got sacked at Bayern Munich this season. Yeah,
and that's where their problem lies.
I mean,
is Kovac going to go from Bayern to West Ham?
I mean, he did well prior to get Bayern Munich.
They just had.
What I'm saying,
but they just had Pellegrini and like.
No, but how you going to go from Bayern to West Ham?
How are you going to go from Man City to West Ham?
Fam,
but Pellegrini went via. Where did he go?
China.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
But Ancelotti went from Napoli to Everton.
But Ancelotti, is also the third best played manager in the world.
Yeah, but
they got listen now. More as I said, they just got to show some ambition now.
Yeah, I don't think that's an unrealistic target personally.
On Leicester as well, I thought this was a really big result for Leicester. I think they've had a rough run of games. No, they've had a rough run of games.
They got dealt with.
They've been comprehensively
dealt with. That's why we've been saying they are not in the title race.
Yeah, they were never in the title race, but I felt like this was a big win for them, like making 9 changes. So not only did he get a chance to rest a couple of his big hitters, he's also got 3 points to boot away from him as well. Like they keep it ticking.
Yeah, it was brave from Rodgers to rest so many players. I guess he had to. All right, cool. Southampton 1, Palace 1. Thrilling match there. Danny Ings again. I think that's the main thing I can call out. Obviously, we've discussed VAR already, but he continues to be in the goals.
Yeah,
what is it, 12 this season for him?
12 for the
and
season.
he continues to keep getting gifts. I hate to harp on about it.
I saw the stat though. I saw the stat that it was he's got 5 goals from opposition mistakes.
Bruv,
the next player
direct errors.
The next player's on 3, I think.
Yeah, and when I was saying this, you're like, oh, you're hate. I'm telling you, teams are no one ever lied. No one ever lied.
Stats.
No one ever lied. Big J.
I feel like giving Ings one today.
No, it's true. Teams were literally handing Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs. You saw it yesterday with Crystal Palace. They're literally gifting this guy goals.
But you've got to be in it.
You have to be. And I'm giving him his credit for scoring, but I'm just saying, like, he's not working hard for these goals.
He actually isn't.
You're having enough.
Bro,
in that goal he scored yesterday, he actually chases it down. If you watch it,
are you kidding me?
He's chases it down. He's a top striker, this guy.
The Crystal Palace player has given him a through ball. What are you talking about? He chases it down.
Steve is such a troll, man.
Why are you trying to make this as be So he scored 12 goals in the league, yeah? So that's 5 out of 12. That's almost 50% of his goals have been gifts from the opposition.
Oh, come on, 5 out of 12. Let's go back to your maths class.
No, bro. So 6 out of 12 is what, 50%?
Yeah. Right.
So what's 5 out of 12?
I don't know. You tell me.
40%.
I don't know about that.
It's like between 40 to 50. So that's almost half his goals are gifts from the opposition. And I'm not taking anything away from Danny Ings as a player, but I'm saying that his tally of goals this season is massively inflated by this ridiculous insistence on the opposition to gift him goals.
All right.
Big up Danny Ings, mate. Forcing them errors.
He's going to
He's going on a late charge for that Euro 2020 spot.
He's going to get it now. Callum Wilson he's chucked out. He ain't scored in like 3-4 months.
Yeah, it's true.
So would you rather have him or Dominic CalvertLewin in there?
What are you talking about?
In the England squad, yeah.
Oh, come on, is this even a question? Of course I'd have Ings.
Okay, all right, just checking, mate.
I didn't think you needed to check that one, you know.
I just had to ask. Hassan Hootel, he's picked it up a bit. They seem like they might be down in the dumps. I think they're ahead of the relegation zone now.
Yeah, 4 points. 4 points clear.
Do you think they'll be safe at the end of the season, or?
I can't call it, man.
Me neither.
I can't call it.
I still think they're going down.
I cannot call it. It's tough. It's too tight down there. The only team I can call is Norwich.
Who's in the bottom three right now?
Norwich, Aston Villa, and Watford.
I think Villa.
And Norwich are down.
Yeah,
and then it's one from the other two.
Bournemouth might be dragged into it as well.
It's going to be tight, yeah.
I know you're obviously going to go into that.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go on to that now. Callum Wilson struggling for goals.
He didn't start. They started with
Solanke
and Josh King.
Oh, that's going to get you goals, isn't it?
And it's just...
I'm sorry, yeah.
He needs a loan.
Solanke needs to be sold. I'm sorry. They spent 24 M's on him, was it?
20
million on him, yeah. I think that is one of the biggest robberies that Liverpool have pulled.
We said this on this podcast.
No, they got 15 for Ibe as well, though.
It's actually ridiculous that this guy is since signing for Bournemouth 1 in 47 games. Those are Shane Long numbers. Those one or Sean Long, as you called him. Yeah, he gets his name back when he scores next. But yeah, no, Solanke. I think he's a championship striker at best at the moment, man.
I think with Bournemouth as well, like their profile in midfield as well. Normally, where was Lerma? Because I watched that.
He's suspended.
Oh yeah, suspended, and I'm not convinced with Phil Billing. For someone who's, I hate to be stereotypical, but for someone who's meant to be tall and strong, he's so unathletic. Like, he can't run, he's not strong. All he's got is a decent ping on him and a decent shot. Like, he couldn't keep up with that game. And I felt like Aaron Moy just had the freedom.
Moy's been in great form as well.
Yeah,
and it's just like Bournemouth now. Normally, with Bournemouth, they go on this wretched run of form and they always turn it around. But now, with the injuries that are picking up now, like, people are questioning whether this is Eddie Howe's last season. I just think if they're not careful, they're going to be in big trouble this season.
It might need to be a bad season for them so that he can actually go somewhere else, to be honest. Because
West Ham.
It's been a minute. I'm not going to lie. When Moy scored and they were like, that's his first goal on loan, I had to like double check and be like, he's on loan. Because they literally wear the same colours. I'm pretty sure you've been wearing this kit for like 3 years.
It's a good win for Brighton. Jahan Bash as well. He scored his first goal for Brighton too. I know you don't know who that is, so you're probably just staring into the camera.
I was literally looking into a pit of abyss.
Jermaine doesn't know who that is.
Bro said Jahan Bash. I said,
whatever you say. That man there.
I'm only here thinking, I hope Bournemouth don't go down. I'm a big Bournemouth fan. I like Bournemouth.
Brighton won, and again, I have to shout out Graham Potter. Like, this is a guy who's turned the team who was so negative, literally waiting, park the bus, and then try and
Glenn Murray specials. They'll count them, yeah.
And I think Graham Potter, he's changed the whole landscape of that team completely. I think like they completed the 5th most passes in the league.
That's mental.
Brighton, like you have to give him
pretty
credit,
much most of the same players as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You love a bit.
I'm a big Graham Potter fan.
I am as well.
Since they beat us in Europa League with that Ostersund, he beat us 3-0 in Europa League. So I was like, I had to respect him from that.
And him, wasn't it him last season with
Chris Hughton no more since my man coming. Everyone was injustice Chris Hughton.
Nah, Chris Hughton deserved the sack. He deserved it. We said it on this. He deserved the sack. Let's be real. He deserved the sack.
Cool. Just the City and Sheffield United game left to discuss.
They're winning 1-0, by the way. Sergio Aguero. And guess who assisted?
De Bruyne.
Yep. That's 12 assists. 12 assists for the season now.
He wants the record.
Yeah. I wanted to ask a question before we finish this pod. Who's got better crossing, Kevin De Bruyne or Trent Alexander-Arnold?
It's De Bruyne. It's De Bruyne.
I
It's De Bruyne.
I don't know.
It's De Bruyne. But But let's not act like Trent doesn't do mad crosses as well.
He does.
Trent does
But it's
mad
Kevin
crosses.
De Bruyne, I'm
I don't
sorry.
know. I might
From
go
different
for
parts
my
of the pitch as well.
I might go for my boy Trent. You know.
It's
No,
tough.
Trent
It's
does.
neck and neck.
Trent does.
I wouldn't be
No,
mad
no,
at
but-
either
but-
answer.
I'm
I wouldn't be
not
mad
mad
at either answer.
But you see, the only reason why is because this is gonna sound very silly, but Kevin De Bruyne makes it look way more effortless than when Trent does it.
I don't think that's true.
I think
you know.
I think that De Bruyne does it whenever he picks out passes, whether they be long or short. Sometimes they look so magical and effortless.
But I think that's the same with Trent though.
Yeah, I
No.
it's the same with Trent.
No,
The way-
Trent needs space.
No.
Trent needs
Nah,
space.
nah,
Because-
Do you remember against
Trent is a demon.
against
Trent is a
City
demon with that
when he
whip.
done that weak foot
Honestly.
volley crossfield ball to
Trent is
Robertson when they scored.
He is, but De
Trent from
Bruyne.
corners as well.
It's wild.
It's
But
unbelievable.
those
Yeah.
are all dead balls. I don't like De Bruyne can do
It's
it.
even harder from dead balls, no?
No. See, like players like that, you know that they could. De Bruyne could do the exact same thing from a dead ball. I'm trying to say, even when it's like a run of play, De Bruyne will pick out the maddest pass, and that's why everybody will be in shock. Trent doesn't do that as much. Trent,
Nah,
you know,
I think
what
if we're talking
purely
strictly
technique, yeah?
crossing and crossing technique. In fact, I'm gonna go back on what I said. I think they're both level, man. I can't.
No, they're both levels, but
Yeah.
if I had
But
to
as in,
pick
like, I
one,
think they're both like the same ilk. I can't say one is better than the other. It's too tough.
I think De Bruyne's got the better brain, which is why he can see a few things that
Yeah,
Trent maybe
that-
wouldn't.
exactly.
But I think technically, you can't really separate them.
I rate Trent's thing anyway, man. Trent's mad.
Yeah,
That's true.
he's certainly better than who is it that you've got a right back?
What? Aaron Wan-Bissaka?
The funniest thing was
I like Aaron.
Wan-Bissaka got his assist.
Yeah, exactly.
And then everyone was like, "Oh, Trent, come outside, come outside." Yeah. and then Trent came outside. And then Trent was like, "What? Trent was like, look at the strand.
That was the best. That's the best one I've ever seen Aaron do.
The best thing
You're
I
right,
saw,
you're right.
it was one account, they were like, Trent come outside, and then 3 hours later, they were like, Wan-Bissaka needs to move to a centre-back if he wants to England spot.
I ended there still. Trent's a madman still.
That's been fantastic. Obviously, Arsenal United next. Quick prediction, just quickly.
United 3-1.
You?
I think United 2-1.
I'm going for a draw.
All right, I'm gonna go for a United victory. And just before we end this pod, I've got to say, from all of those previews last week, we're not gonna review who won because that's irrelevant. Let's look at who lost, and that's Black Dan over here with the least.
Hold my hands up.
Always taking L's.
Yeah, man. Big up Betfair Exchange. Make sure you guys download the app as well. Link is in the description. Obviously, these guys know their football. Thanks for having me on the show as well, boys.
Thanks for taking over and unexpectedly interrupting Steven.
Yeah, I was about to plug our socials. Do you know what I mean?
sorry.
And it's our first live show as well because we've had Joe Bayer here watching us. Our one audience number for an hour. Follow us at TAPIN FOOTBAll, at Cheekysport on all socials. Like, share, subscribe. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you guys next week.